Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News, and we've got Kelley Flanagan and Peter Weber back on. That's right, the story nobody asked for and nobody cares about, and yet you clicked, and I'm here, and we're going to talk about it. All right, let's get into it. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals. I'm also live on Patreon right now, patreon.com/Dave Neal for behind-the-scenes bonus content, and we'll have a live stream tonight, public live stream, free, 7 p.m. East Coast time, 4 p.m. Pacific, before the Bachelor in Paradise premiere of 2022. All right, get your tropical drinks ready. Old Daiquiri Dave will be at it. And us weekly with the story of the century. Bachelors Peter Weber and Kelley Flanagan are full on back together after sparking romance rumors. They're both happy. So we'll read this story, but if you don't remember, they dated 4 years ago, and then they broke up, and then 3 years ago, or the timeline's kind of rough. We have VIP, very important princess here, Kelley Flanagan, taking her mask off to whisper sweet nothings into Pilot Pete's ear, and then they broke up. But before that, they had the whitest photos ever. You know what I mean? Just polo and whatever, and shooting things, and boats and pilots. Okay, very nice. And then they broke up. And then just a couple weeks ago, people posted this on Demois. Guys, I'm dying. Pilot Pete and Kelley are at the restaurant across from me. And so before I read for you this article, the Pulitzer Prize winning article here of Peter and Kelley getting back together, we have to remember, they didn't just break up. They talked a lot of trash about each other in the process.
Like what was the downfall?
Here's Kelley revealing the downfall.
With me and Peter?
Yeah, with you and Peter.
You know what? I don't think it was like one specific thing. I think
4 months ago,
just a lot of little things. You know what?
Little things.
Peter and I had a lot of fun, but I don't know if I looked up to him in a way that I wanted to look up to my spouse. Does that make sense?
Oh boy, we have a character flaw here. She basically says, I don't respect you. Now, obviously, that's just how she felt in the moment. Maybe things have changed.
Can you explain?
Yeah, I kind of have this with my brothers or my dad, but if I'm in a moment where I need some sound advice and I'm like, okay, who can I go to?
If my plane's going down and they say, is anybody a pilot? And Peter Weber raises his hand, I'm grabbing a parachute, is what she's trying to say.
To advise me on this super important decision of my life. Peter was just fun and games, It was kind of just, I could go with him and have fun, but I just think I want more of a man that I look up to.
Yikes! Oh, this one hurts. I didn't realize it was this bad. Look at Mike. Even Mike Johnson's like, oh no, you're getting this guy at his core. It's one thing to be like, oh, I don't know, he's not that funny or this or that. She's like, at the core, he isn't it.
Intrigued. I get you on
Mike
that.
Mike Johnson loves this.
So, basically when you had these important life decisions to make, he just wasn't somebody that you could go to and...
Yeah, that's exactly what she just said. Look, these guys, she's rendered these guys speechless. By the way, you guys know my wedding's actually I'm leaving for my wedding in 2 weeks, and someone sent me this wedding gift I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to open this thing up right now. So somebody sent me a book here, and I'm very excited because it's actually a used copy of, maybe it's not used. No, it looks new. Don'ts for Husband. From 1913, they offered dating advice for men and for women, and it's super sexist and misogynistic, and it's obviously funny now because people are looking back on it. For husbands, don't flirt with other women. Your wife may or may not be jealous, but she will certainly despise you. Don't try to drive your wife. You will find it so much easier to lead her. For wives, don't forget to feed the brute well. Much depends on the state of his digestion. Hey, I'm sorry. That could be sexist and really messed up, but I think that goes for both parties. Every single fight I've been in usually involves the state of our digestion. It's like, can we just eat some almonds and call it a day? Don't keep your sweetest smiles and your best manners for outsiders. Let your husband come first. All right, maybe Kelley wasn't letting her husband come first. Anyway, I don't know who sent this to me, but thank you so much for this book. I'd love to read more about it. Don't growl every time your wife invites anyone to the house. It takes quite half her pleasure away to know that you think it's a nuisance. Pretty good. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for whoever sent that over. Let's go back to this. Really, this was just 4 months ago when Kelley explained, he's not exactly for me.
Like you
I
could
just
confide in
don't-
him, but he would just not give you the advice that you were looking for? Or
I guess so.
he
I
wasn't the
guess I
person for
just
that?
didn't like. I guess I just, and again, like it wasn't big things. There was a lot of little things, but I guess I just didn't look up to Peter in the way that I have always hoped to look up to my husband.
Wow. But then again, just to call out Kelley, why should you look up to your husband? I kind of understand what she's saying, but it's almost like she wants Peter to be like a sage, moral, like dad figure to her. So anyway, they're back on, full on back together after sparking romance rumors. They're both happy. And flying high, Peter and Kelley are full on back together. The former Bachelor and the attorney, that sounds like a weird Hallmark movie nobody asked for. Coming up next on Hallmark Christmas, the former Bachelor and the attorney rekindle their romance this summer and have been spending a lot of time together since then. The pilot has been planning fun dates with Flanagan following their 2020 split. The duo have been having a lot of fun together. All right, so they keep on saying a lot of fun. Hey, maybe he's not Mr. Right, but he's Mr. Right now. Who knows? I mean, first of all, it's like, maybe Pilot Pete, let's reverse this. Maybe he doesn't want to go to Kelley for life advice. Maybe you're the fun that he wants to have. It goes both ways, you know what I mean? Peter wants to be in a serious, committed relationship, and his feelings for Kelley never went away. They're both happy and looking forward to where things go this time around. The twosome met shortly before Pilot Pete filmed season 24 of the ABC dating series, which began in September 2019. After hitting it off pre-show, okay, typo, hitting if off. Come on there. I'm trying to promote this beautiful journalism. Get some editors on it. Anyway, so by the way, when this show came out, my first thought of Kelley, no offense to Kelley, was that she was on the show because she met him in a lobby somewhere. It seemed very much like fangirly, and then somewhere down the line, she became the more desirable one, and he's chasing after her. When she initially chased after him, she left the show because she didn't. I don't know. It was kind of it's. I'll say this: a complicated relationship to say the least. The Illinois native was sent home before the hometown dates, and Peter proposed to Hannah Ann Sluss during the finale. The Oaks Christian High School alum, however, called off the engagement while the show was still airing, confessing that he still had feelings for runner-up Maddie Pruitt. Wow, what a messy season. It really is the season that keeps on giving. Peter Weber briefly reconnected with Madison once cameras stopped rolling, but he began dating Kelley Flanagan in April 2020. The duo appeared to be moving forward with their relationship after announcing plans to move to New York City together in early 2021. The former Bachelorette contestant revealed in a New Year's Eve social media post that he and Flanagan had a change of plans. Instead of living together, he announced in December 2020 that they had called it quits. Kelley Flanagan confirmed the split on her own Instagram, The twosome briefly tried to get back together and work on things in January, but Flanagan told Caitlin Bristow in March on her Off the Vine podcast that their romance crashed and burned after Valentine's Day. Earlier, okay, it's an on again, off again. That's what we got here. Earlier this year, the influencer reveals that her relationship with Peter was all fun and games, so we got that part. A lot of fun. 3 months later, the duo sparked reconciliation rumors when they were seen spending time together in Chicago. Us Weekly confirmed in August that the exes attended the Chicago Cubs game together that month. In September, the pair continued to fuel romance speculation when eagle-eyed fans noticed they were vacationing at the same Airbnb. Yeah, this came out like last week, and I don't even think we covered this, but they had photos at the same Airbnb. Oh boy, that's the old Airbnb gate. So anyway, that's where they're at. And of course, one of my favorite videos was the 8-minute rant that Kelley went on after they initially broke up.
I'm going to acknowledge some things.
Still on her YouTube.
Usually I'd let it slide, but when there are things out there that are misconstrued, I am always going to stick up for myself.
I love how passive she is. She's like, there are people out there that are saying things that are not true, and they will be scorned.
As I think everyone else should. And this is kind of in reference as to what is being said about me.
As to what?
That I'm calculated, that I want to hit headlines, that I'm disingenuous, and things like that, reaching out to my friends. My intent is because someone is giving their opinion as to why I did it with no facts behind it.
Let's jump 5 minutes.
It was just best to, pull the ripcord, move on, and...
All right, so there it is. Best to pull the ripcord and move on. This was from May of 2021, so since then they've gotten back together. And look, I'm all for it. Relationships, especially ones that are in Bachelor Nation, can have, they can have their trouble, and if you can figure a way to work it out, good for them. I have to say, as far as the lineage goes of Bachelor relationships, it seems that everything that came from Hannah Brown's Hannah Brown's season is just gold. I mean, Hannah Brown spawned Pilot Pete. And from Pilot Pete, we have Hannah Ann Sluss, Maddie Pruitt, who, by the way, Maddie Pruitt is getting married. I tell you what, when you, no offense to anybody out there, but when you save yourself from marriage, the time in which you plan your wedding is so much faster. Now, not to be too personal in my life, but I'm in my mid to late 30s, not exactly saving myself for anything. I'm not even saving myself for lunch today. I'm going to be out. Okay, that's no innuendo there. Point being, save yourself out there, folks, is that they are quick to, I mean, he literally proposed, and before they even took the Uber home, she's already got the date. So there they are, you and me forever, because apparently they've done the math and he actually does have that swag.
Does he have like this swag?
Girl, she don't know.
All right, so look, when you're the son of a billionaire, you get printouts of your childhood. This looks like some sort of I don't know. You know what? We're just gonna wish everyone well. Good luck to Kelley and Peter and everyone else that's involved. We wish everyone the best, and we'll have updates as they come. I'll be live on Patreon right after this. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. Bye, everybody.